Hello everyone and welcome back to Girls Duo Cup, and we're hoping that we're gonna get you some full games now. And we have, this is between what, Kitty Fish and Ink Bunnies? Oh
yes.
Yeah, also, hi, I'm Zari and this is
Genie. I'm back again. We're here to watch Splatoon, and
Woo!
That's all I ask.
please, just some games. We would just please like some games.
Full games, but I hope that's not too much to ask for.
Well, like KOs, we will even take KOs, right? Like if going to time limit isn't possible, we'll take KOs. Just like get to the end of it, you know? Get to the end screen, please.
I want to see Judd.
Oh my god. Yes.
Let me see Judd.
We've missed him.
Yes.
But yes, we are about to get into the first game. It's going to be Clan Blitz on Museum. So, yes, as Major was saying in the chat, cross all your fingers that we see the end screen.
Yes, please.
That's very important.
Okay.
Okay, these are some comps. Loving the balance of one crab each, gotta say. But definitely some comps here.
Yeah. The Range Blaster is actually really good. Rose's Range Blaster is next level. Yes, it's kind of just bullied me in a scrim yesterday or 2 days ago. Can't remember. Yeah, and I definitely saw it on Low Ink when I did with Safra last weekend. And it was very, very good.
Well then, yeah, Ink Bunnies definitely have to be careful here. But they're trying to hold this out as Kitty Fish is looking to push in and get to basket with that park lamb. But it's still going to be a little bit of a hike for them to get in. I still got to get through there. And there we go. That is the first open basket. But how many are they going to get? Will they be able to get that other park lamb in? And they do! That is below 50. Very nice.
Wow. Wow, Kitty Fish, they really opened up the storm gates here. And the NZAP with the super jumps have not spoken about that yet, and I'm surprised that we haven't, because you do not see super jumps very often at all. It did get some like wavelengths, and people thought it might be good with Clan Blitz, but oof, it hasn't seen all that much use.
Yes, indeed. People are still trying to figure out what they can use them for in certain scenarios. But already, that is 3 down on the side of freaking Ink Bunnies, and that last person jumped out, which was very good on their side. But still, they're not going to see mid. They're not going to be able to start getting clams. They're not going to be able to start getting points here. They have to be careful not to let Kitty Fish in again.
Yeah, there goes those super jumps. They're out causing a little bit of distraction, but not too much of a commotion. You kind of need somebody to follow up on that. And it's harder with an Ealer. The Range Blaster definitely could go in. Because super jumps don't do much damage, but if you let them explode, they will paint a lot of ground extremely quickly.
Yes, indeed. And you really need that space. The space to move. Already, Ink Bunnies again with the 3 down. Oh my goodness, the splash is not able to keep them out and ends up going down as well. And that is another power clam. That's below 20. Ink Bunnies hasn't even seen what a clam is yet. Oh,
no, now they finally should be at least able to get mid, and that's what they're doing. Painting it up, doing a really good job at that so far. But Kitty Fish, they're here, they're back. The Ealer's got sight lines. And maybe if the Zuka's able to shut them down, that would be the way to go. But the Zuka gets absolutely destroyed by the Charger themselves.
Yep, yes, indeed. This is... Yeah. Ink Bunnies just need a little bit of a break here, and it doesn't seem like they're going to get one. That was 2 down for them just there, and they had to back out of main a little bit, which is not what they need. Where, you know, we have less than 2 minutes left in this game here, and they still have not gotten in. Not really.
No, and there goes the crack. It at least is able to take Star down. We cannot find any more. The Tri-Strikes are out. Ink Bunnies are trying to make their way. They've got some clams, but they do not have a power. Super jumps are out for Kitty Fish for the defensive play. They're trying to stay alive. The Zuka is out. Trades are going around. Ink Bunnies are on the losing side of this. Roses in mid gets taken out. Kitty Fish, they're trying to defend with just their Ealer and their Splash, and it's so far so good for them.
Yes, indeed. And as you were saying before, they have only just got a power plant here, which yet again means that they couldn't do much when it came to actually putting in any kind of power plant, even if they did get in. So it's good that they have one now, but still with 2 down, it's not looking like they're going to be able to get back in.
They have a Kraken at the ready, so at the end of the day, we could see a insane triple power climb jump, but that still won't even be enough at this point, because it's 100 to 19. So they're going to need a very good sustained push on the side of Ink Bunnies if they even want to take a sniff at taking this game on.
Yes, indeed. And it is looking like with only, 30 seconds left, less than 30 seconds left, and that Kraken being used in mid, that they're gonna have to just rush in and see if they can do what they need to do.
There you go. One claim's in the basket, they lose one member for it. They've got more claims coming up. They've got 2 splats to their name. The Ealer and the Ends Up are trying to fight their way through. Or sorry, the Ends Up and the Splash are trying to fight their way through, and they've gotten 2. Can the clams go into the basket? They need it on the side of Ink Bunnies. They do. They keep overtime alive for just a little bit longer, but I don't think there's anyone else that can really get any more clams. Zapper's trying to throw one in, but that's only one. Will the jump have enough clams, and will they be close enough? They're going to be spotted, and that will be game 41. They brought it close, but wow.
Not
Kitty Fish, their lead was too strong.
Indeed. And yet again, like, as we were saying, that kind of a lead, it's really hard to come back from. But also, whenever you only have that one push from at the end, it's hard to come in with the power clams that you need. You know, the points, you need to be able to get more from mid, and a lot of the time you don't get that opportunity because getting in, even of itself, is hard enough. So, very good attempt there, but they needed time for more than one push, I think. They needed to get that push earlier, which obviously they just didn't have the chances to. So that will be game 1 to Kitty Fish. And reminder, this is best of 3, first to 2. So if Kitty Fish takes this next game, then that will be the round. But it is going to be on spot, so is Manta, which is, you know, is different from Clan.
Yes. Wavebreaker here is still good. Rainbuster still has a usage, and E-Leader on top of that grading can prove to be very strong. So, Kitty Fish fans out there, this is a good map for you. Map 3 doesn't look as favorable for them, so if Kitty Fish want to win this series with the comp that they're running, they probably want to end it here on game 2.
Yep. Yes, indeed. And they're already raring to go, but we are gonna see what Ink Bunny's gonna, if they change their comp, if they stick with it, what they're kind of thinking after that game. Because yes, the kind of constant watchful eye of the E-Leader kind of made it difficult for them, and can still definitely make it difficult for them in this next game. But with the range blaster as well, always able to kind of like pick you off from enough range that they don't put themselves in as much danger. I don't know how they'd kind of how they're planning to see if they could counter that. But we'll have to see as we get into our game 2 of the set. Flat zones on Manta.
Yes. And here we go. Oh, and there's gonna be a bit of a change up from Ink Bunnies. That's a
okay.
And an Explo. I like the Explo pick here.
Yeah, no, that can really work well once you get set up. 100%. Yes, so that both teams have come in here with a bit of a different comp going on. Wiper can definitely do a lot of damage if left unchecked. So we'll have to see if that really helps them. Ink Bunnies to be able to actually get a bit more of a foothold this game.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult though, because you have to kind of break through the massive amounts of damage between a range blaster and an Explo. And if those two combo up together perfectly, it'll be extremely difficult to get through. But they go down at the same time in different fights, and that's how you have to take those two weapons on. If they're both looking at you in the same direction, you will most likely be splatted. But if they're separated, they're pretty easy targets to take on in a 1v1, especially if you're a shooter.
Yes, indeed. And here you can see that Kittyfish are just trying to find their way in here. And the Junior is able to, but already, Ink Bunnies, they're already below 40 here. This is a completely different game from last game.
Yeah, this is so fast for zones, and they're doing a really good job at trying to hold on. They've got a Crab Tank out now to defend. Kittyfish, they're trying to get in, but they have to back up. That Crab will most likely spot them. Bro's going to look to go for a flank. It will be a very telegraphed. Once they go for the first ranged shot, they will. And that torpedo, you just can't shoot that as a range.
Yeah, no. That torpedo, like, it's certainly, some weapons really don't have much issues with it, but kind of single shot ones definitely do. And also, we are now down below 10 here. This is a very different game. Kittyfish is floundering here. They haven't even been able to touch the zones. What?
My goodness. Just a compositional swap up of having the mobility of the dualies and the wiper mixed with two shooters to keep them everything just painted. You took away all the space of the range boxer, the Explo just couldn't get anything done, and just kind of left the rest of the members of Kittyfish out to dry. And fish don't do well when they're drying.
No, they don't. But yes, what a change up there, as you were saying. They really took that first game and kind of ran with what they were thinking would be the issue, which is always kind of an issue that you can run into with like Range Blaster and Sniper, for example, where they don't have the same kind of mobility and paint that shooters can have, and wipers at times. So they took that and they ran with it, and it really worked for them. And that can really work on Rainmaker as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Kittyfish decide they want to change up their comp as well, or they might go back to a more similar comp as game 1. But as you were saying before we even started game 2, this third game here is not quite in their favor for the weapons that they began playing with.
No, and I don't think it even favors them with the weapons we saw them play too. I needed to see a major comp swap, and they kind of had big swaps between games, but a very major comp swap, because against Wiper, dually sculptures here, it's gonna be extremely difficult to keep up with the chaos. Because mid, even though this map is circular, mid makes it very oval, a narrow oval.
It does indeed. And with obviously the movement the mobility you have to have with Rainmaker as it pushes, that can really not favor the likes of like pushing up with like a Sniper, for example. So you need to be careful about that. And I don't know if they're gonna bring that back or not. We will have to see.
We're just waiting on the one last member to ready up. Want to get every single strategy down for the opening as possible, because on Rainmaker, it's really, if you lose that first checkpoint off of the first fight due to a wipeout, it's a big momentum killer.
It is.
Because you can't get those checkpoints back.
So yes, game 3, Rainmaker Undertow. Let's see what we've got. Okay.
Big swap up. I like the swap ups, and the ink fat coming out from that's an interesting pick of the Charger. Did not have that one on the bingo card. And the opening pop will definitely go to the Dapple Doolies. You can't beat a Dapple Doolies on a pop. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And the joy of the Dapple Doolies is, yet again, you've got that kind of support, like, possible playstyle there, but also you've still got the aggression that you can get out of a Dapple Doolies. But already, the kind of backline-esque of both teams down, and the Dapple Doolies. So this will be... they're just going to ignore that.
No, they got it. Oh, and they got the Doolies as well. The Doolies jumped to checkpoint as well. Pink able to really like carry that Rainmaker really well, especially off that that awesome Zuka. So great shot, able to shoot down the Rainmaker exactly when they needed it most. Rainmaker will now be popped for Kittyfish, and good job. I'm gonna go call Alice so then she knows that there's Dapple and Dapple Productions.
Yes, no, that would be very important. She better be watching. Well, she might not be.
TOing.
Kind of doing like TO stuff. But point being, Dapple's on Dapple Production, amazing. But yes, this is. I think Bunnies still have mid here. Kittyfish are not looking too well at the moment, especially now that the Dapple's down again and a Crab out taking down the Sniper. This is not ideal.
Not ideal at all, but that's Kittyfish. Their comp, they have a vac and they have Tacticooler. They have 2 Tacticoolers, which means that at any point in time, I'm not scared that they can just run a Rainmaker all the way down at 12 or even closer across the Uninkable, because their comp proves that it can just go supersonic speeds towards the pedestal. So as long as I can defend, it'll be okay.
Indeed, and that's a trade there. But have to keep in mind they had a Tacticooler, so the Dapples were straight back alive again. But even still, right now, it's still a fight over mid, and it's still very much on the play for me.
Yeah, we've got so much time on the board. It's really, we're just trying to see if Kittyfish can stay alive. They have their Tri-Slasher holding this Rainmaker. They're most likely going to get shot down by this Rainmaker, these torpedoes, these bombs, or even the Crab. And they will. Ink Bunny is able to run in, and they've got a Stamper on the Ultra Stamp onto that Rainmaker shield. They're going to be able to pop it. Will they be able to find the Yeet? No, they won't. Zuka, a lot of lottery specials on this team, I'll tell you that right now.
Indeed. And it does look like they're gonna try and go left again. Oh, they got that kind of delayed kill there with the Rainmaker shot on the back hit. But are they gonna? Nope, they're not gonna be able to make it to the kind of the Uninkable there to get past where they pushed before. Like 43 is good, but it's also like
not good.
Well, it's good
past checkpoint, I guess.
It's past checkpoint in that sense, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's a winning score, right? Unless no one is able to push very much at all in the next, like, minute and a half. Yep. So, this does not mean, like, yes, Ink Bunnies is in the lead, but that does not mean that they're gonna win at all. But if Ink Bunnies keep stalling out this Rainmaker, and meaning that Kittyfish can't get it through mid, then it will absolutely be a winning score. So we'll see.
I'm terrified because again, I'll put it out here. This game has been so dominant in the side of Ink Bunny, and they haven't been able to put Kittyfish away. One check is if you give Kittyfish a checkpoint and they have a Tacticooler up, their Charger like has Ink Vac, you've lost the game. The game is over. The game will be over. So it's a nail. It's on that nice edge where they've been dominating this entire game, but it's Rainmaker.
Yes, it is Rainmaker, and you can never feel comfortable unless the game's over.
That's an early back though.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It is, and yet again, they are not through mid with that. They are in mid, but their Rainmaker has not seen the other side of mid.
They gotta pop this ASAP. You got no little time on the clock. You have to protect the Rainmaker with everything you've got now. We are going to be going in overtime. This is match point for this Swiss round 2. This is going to be difficult for Kittyfish, especially with the Trizuka out. They are able to find one shot with the Rainmaker, but they have the Rainmaker's got to stay alive with the dual sculptures in their face, and they won't be able to. Oh. The shots are going to be able to be found by the Crab Tank coming out on the side, and that's going to be game 3, the pivotal game 3 going to Inkling.
Yes, indeed. After that, I have to say, this set, it started completely differently to what it ended like. That whole game, Ink Bunnies was just pushing, right? They were just, like, they would push, that they wouldn't get any further, but they would still be showing that aggression, keeping up the pressure, and then they'd be back in, pushing again, constantly. And Kittyfish just weren't able to keep them out and get anything going themselves. As I was saying earlier, they didn't even get the Rainmaker past mid. Not really.
Yeah, no. And Savro's crapping at the end there just did such a really good job at just shutting down the Rainmaker push. Because I thought there was a little bit of an opportunity for the Rainmaker to be able to run through. But having the right special at the right time proved to be pivotal and critical.
Yeah. Yes. It well played to both teams, but yeah, Ink Bunnies were just able to make their comp work for after that first game, in such a way that Kittyfish just really couldn't do very much about it. Which fair play to both teams, but Ink Bunnies just came out on top that time.
After having a terrible game set one, no fault of the two teams that were playing, or the two teams that didn't play. We had a game 3 that came down to overtime.
Yeah.
Our set 2. Sorry, we lucked out.
Yes, indeed. It's like the Splatoon gods are just like, oh, well, you didn't get your games that time. We'll give you some good games now. Which we will definitely take, 100%. But yes, I think we are going to go on a short break as everything gets set up for the next round, which will be, what, the third round of the tournament?
Yep,
it doesn't feel like it, because we didn't get a round 1, but it technically is the third round. So, we'll be back real soon, guys, so stick around. See you in a little bit.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a Getting Started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!